Alright gang, welcome back to our Survive 25 challenge on Zielonka. It is December and you might be saying, whoa Z, that is a big jump from the last episode. You're right, it is. We screwed up in this series for sure, so far already, but we're gonna make it work, but we went about it a little bit incorrectly. I should have just went the path of just doing nothing but greenhouses and not having a field to harvest. I should have just scrapped the field altogether, scrapped the harvester altogether. It would have saved us a lot of money. We would have had more greenhouses and we could have went that path, although it would have been a little bit boring at the beginning. But we are struggling to stay afloat right now. I've been doing, between the last episode and this one, from the couple of months that we jumped here, well, I say it's a couple, I think it's been like 3, but whatever. The number of months we jumped here, whatever it was, I've been doing contracts off camera just to keep us afloat, because the loan every year, every month, the loan interest is killing us. It's near $1,000, so we're getting smoked. The greenhouses are barely even keeping up with that right now. They're doing okay, but I mean, you can see we have $2,544, and that's with me doing some contracts. So, as you can tell, we're not doing that great. Also, the accidental drop of the bee Langstrom, or the hives, or whatever you want to call them. I was just trying to figure out how to place it, and it just placed itself. It was all screwed up, but we'll get through all of it. I promise we will. We will get through all of it. You know there were going to be mistakes that were going to occur here. It's, you know, brand new game. There are going to be issues, and I'm not perfect, so we're going to have issues, but we're going to get through them, and we got through what we did, and we're still afloat, but only just. So I'm hoping, I cannot talk. I'm hopeful that this oat provides at least a decent amount of money. Now, oat's not going to be as much as soybeans or, you know, canola or something like that. But it should be around the best time to sell oat right now. So I'm hoping and praying, fingers crossed, that we get at least some money to keep us slightly afloat. Now, I don't know really what we'll be able to do with that money. We're probably going to have to do some more contracts, and I know a number of you said, yeah, just do the contracts, who cares? And you're right. I mean, it's the same thing as if we had our own field doing it, but it's just somehow it just doesn't feel right to me. I cannot explain it. It's just personally me. I know many of you probably are like, you're being dumb. See, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Part of me just doesn't want to do nothing but contracts on the series with you. If I'm going to do them, you know, once, you know, just do like one, you know, an episode, something like that. The rest of them, I'd prefer just to do it off camera to, you know, I don't know. I just want to do stuff on our own land more than show you just me harvesting a field for a contract anywhere on the map, right? I mean, we could do that anytime, right? I could just start a series. I'm gonna do a contract on every single field on the map, you know. Just something like that, but I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying makes no sense. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish or rubbish or something, but I don't know. I guess it's just my opinion, my mindset, that I don't really want to do that all that often if I can help it. So that's the main reason for the big jump here, is to, you know, I don't want to just continue to do harvesting and fertilizing contracts over and over again. We did that wood contract. And that was brutal. I will probably do another one just because it is good money, but man. Oh, I am not good at that. So I'm going to have to practice some more of that if we're going to do that again on camera. Nonetheless, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe and all that good stuff. Doing this one right before Thanksgiving, so, well, I guess it's a couple days before Thanksgiving, isn't it? Yeah, it is still a couple days for Thanksgiving. I don't know, my brain's been a little bit of a jumbled mess here. If you watched, would it have been yesterday's episode? Yeah, I think it would have been yesterday's episode if I got my days right. I mentioned it a little bit briefly, so I won't mention it a bunch, but just work's been real busy, and it normally is. I mean, you know, right now you're leading up to the busy time, right? And so there's always a push before the freeze. All the clients that I work with, they all have a freeze in the holiday season, so pretty much from like Thanksgiving until after New Year's, you really can't do anything. You can't really deliver them any kind of deliveries or any deliverables at all. Even if you do, they can't install it. So there's always a big heavy push here in November leading up to Thanksgiving this week, right? And it's a little stressful and long hours for me. I already work long hours. Some of you already know that, who've been around for a long time. But if you're new here, I work a lot of hours at work, and it's not me wanting you to feel bad for me. That's the very last thing I'm trying to get from this. I like to make sure that I'm honest with all of you, and you know, I keep you guys in the loop of what's going on in life in general for me. And you know, that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes I'm busy with work, and you know, I can't get it as many videos done as fast as I would normally like. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is I apologize that for those of you who are not members, I guess you really haven't noticed that much of a change, but there haven't been as many members first videos out there for my members here the last week, and I apologize for that, but it should be better moving forward. It should be better. Things should hopefully slow down a little bit here this week, and the rest of the year hopefully will be a little bit lighter on my workload. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. So, any case, enough about that. Hopefully you're doing well, like I said. Hopefully everything's good, and hopefully if I don't talk to you, you have a really happy, nice Thanksgiving. Make sure you keep grandma and grandpas, if they're still around, keep them close to you, man. That's not gonna get any further than that, but keep them close to you, man. They're special, and you don't realize that when you're younger, but they're special. All right, we're almost done with this field, so we're probably not going to get a full harvester load, unfortunately, out of this field, but it's still going to probably be somewhere in the 7,000 liter range. I hope. I hope that's where we get to. If we do, that's, you know, that should be a decent amount of money. I would think oat's probably going to be paying somewhere around $1,000 per liter, so $7,000, something like that. And again, not anything crazy, but we are playing on hard difficulty, so all of our prices are atrocious throughout the year, even when they're the best time to sell them. So we're not going to be able to afford it, but we really need some kind of silo, because after this, I mean, the harvester we got, we can't do soybeans anymore. We could try to do canola, but even a canola, it's going to be ready sometime in the summer. It's going to be not good to sell in the summer. The only thing really that's good to sell in the summer is soybeans, at least from FS25. I mean, there's probably other things, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. I mean, we need to spend some more money on greenhouses and things like that, because that's, you know, just a constant income we're making, right? Obviously, it's not, you know, if we were just to hold on to those pallets and sell them at one time, we'd make a little bit more money. But in the current situation, in our current financial situation, we really can't do that. So we're going to have to continue to keep those on auto selling. We really need to get at least, you know, one more big one. I don't think we're going to be able to afford a big one. I think we're going to have to get another small one. But we need another big one to really try to help make a punch here in our financial burden, our financial woes, I should say. I just don't think we're gonna quite get there, unfortunately, and I'm gonna be way off of my guess here of 7,000 liters too. We're not even gonna get there. We're gonna get just over 6,000 if we're lucky here. Now, I didn't drop straw here. Some of you might be saying, well, why didn't you just drop straw? Well, that's because we don't have a loading wagon or a forage wagon or anything else, any way you want to call that thing. We don't have that, and there's nothing out there that's within a reasonable price for us to even try to get that. So I'm just chopping the straw here. It'll give us hopefully a little bit of a fertilization application, though. Another thing I saw in the last, well, it wasn't in this episode, in this series, but yesterday's episode, which was, what are we stuck on? What are we stuck on? No. I do not want to pay for a worker. I don't know what we got stuck on there. Weird. Okay, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, gang. That made me lose all train of thought. What was I talking about? So I'm about the silos. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me as we carry on here. I have no idea what I was talking about, gang, so I don't know. Well, I guess it wasn't that important. We'll leave it there. Let me go pick up the trailer here, and we're going to have to look at the prices here and figure it out. Man, I hate that. I hate where that beehive is. God, I hate it so much. But I don't really have the... I don't have the funds to remove it and replace it, because we're going to lose half the amount that it cost us. And right now, that's not even worth our time. God, I hate it. I hate it so much. I want to put it somewhere else. I want to put it up here by the actual field, because you can sometimes get a slight increase in your yield if you put it over there, depending on what it is, right? Canola, specifically, normally is good for bees. But anyway, that sucks. Okay, so quick save here. I didn't want to save. The game wanted to autosave, which is fine. Whatever. Okay, so oat. I mentioned this in the last episode, but I really... Make an update, Giants, that where we can favorite certain commodities here, certain, resources or crops or whatever, product, so we can actually favorite something, so I don't have to sit here and scroll all the way down here to find what I'm looking for. Let me favorite so it jumps up to the top so it's easy to find, right? If I'm only utilizing 10 things on this list, why do I need to scroll through all of them? Anyway, that's just minor stuff. Oh, God, it's even worse than I thought. I thought it was going to be 900. It's only 600. Good Lord, this is terrible. Oh, man, this is terrible. Okay, well, we're going to go to the farmer's market at 625. It is going up, actually, so maybe I should wait and see if it goes any higher. I mean, it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt to wait a little bit longer. Maybe we just keep an eye on it. Let's just re-drill this field as long as we have the product to do so. Yeah, let's just re-drill this field for right now. I'm gonna wait, because even if it's $2 or $3, man, that's $2 or $3 more. It sounds crazy that I'm waiting for $2 or $3 more, but we need it badly, really, really badly. So we're gonna wait. Simple as that. So let me put this, I guess, away in our makeshift yard here. It's just the field. Just leaving everything in the field for right now because we don't have the money to buy anything. Let's go pick up the drill here. And we can re-drill this field. Okay, so quick note, I talked in the last episode, it wasn't this series, it was the Farm Maze series, that I was going to attempt to try, how the GPS would typically do, which is you would, go down the middle or whatever, and then do the headlands last or whatever. I'm going to scrap that for just a second, because I kind of thought about it for a minute, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This doesn't do fertilizer, so we're going to have to go back over top of it anyway. To put down the first application of fertilizer, which I guess I could have did the first application of fertilizer before I did the drilling. But regardless, it's too late now. But that's what I was attempting to do over there. I was not doing a very good job of it, but that's what I was attempting to do. So I just wanted to relay that for those of you that were like, what the hell is he doing? And I ran over the honey pallet too, so that was good. Anyway, I'm going to carry on here, gang, and we're going to get through this episode. I promise, we're going to get through it. right, we're nearly done here, gang. I forgot to turn off the trigger there to go and sell the oat, so I apologize if that was bothering you, but we're going to look at the price here in just a second. We do need to fertilize this field, like I mentioned. Like I stopped in the middle of that time lapse when I realized I was being dumb. It's one of those weeks, one of those days. There's a lot. My mind's tired, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I'm tired. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. Okay. Also, how the hell did this get over here? And where the hell did it come from? Was it underneath our drill for that long? Really? Where the hell did it come from? I can't pick it up. I can't move it. Also, in this game, unlike in FS22, you cannot pick up the honey pallets, so that's great. So that means we're going to have to get some kind of a front loader or something to deal with that. So fantastic. It has gone up a few bucks. It's $6.28. It's still not as high as it could be, but it has gone up, and it is still going up. Now, technically, I guess if we wanted to, I don't know, it's a little unrealistic, but, I mean, the game's unrealistic in general, right? But I was going to say, we could just keep it in the trailer until January and sell it in January when it's best now, but it's not, I mean, it's not like we're getting a, game-changing amount of money if we wait, right? We're not going to be making, an extra $4,000 or $5,000 from it. We might make an extra couple hundred. But, that's the extent. So let's just go sell this thing. We waited for a little while. We saved ourselves, we gained ourselves a few extra bucks. It's not going to go up much more unless I speed up time here, which I could do, but we're not going to. We already skipped a number of months. Let's just go sell it as is. We'll make some money, and then maybe we'll be a little bit better off. But we could be right back at square one yet again if I put down another greenhouse. Now, I didn't say it, but I'm going to say it quickly now. We did, obviously, you saw it, I'm sure, but I didn't specifically say what we were going to put in the actual field. We ended up putting in canola. That is not going to be ready for a very, very long time, which means we either have to skip a bunch more months, which I don't necessarily want to do that a whole lot. We did it this time just because it's early on still, and I wanted to make some kind of progress. But I don't want to do it every single time. So I don't want to go from, this episode and then we're going to be jumping to June or something again. That's not really what I want. So having said everything I said at the beginning of the episode, you might have to throw that away, right? If we don't have anything else to do in the next episode, we might be doing contracts. Who knows? But you get what my point is, though, right? I'm trying to do the best I can to not do as many contracts on camera with you if I can help it. I still want to provide material and content for you and make it hopefully enjoyable. And sometimes contracts are going to have to be done, but I want to try to limit it as much as possible on the channel, specifically for this series more than anything. And, we didn't even make anywhere near what I thought we were going to make. $3,885. That sucks. Hard difficulty sucks. We can't even buy another greenhouse with that. Oof. But yeah, what I'm getting at is we're going to have to do contracts in this series. It's just going to have to happen. We're on hard difficulty. There's no way around it. We're going to have to, especially with how we started out. We didn't really start out exactly as well as we should have, given the fact we were doing greenhouses. I just thought, we'd have a field to harvest. It'll help us out. But in the long run, I think it actually is hurting us because we're starting with the greenhouse approach. If we wouldn't have done that, we would have the money for the drill, for the harvester, right? Even for the spreader, the fertilizer spreader. We'd have all that money, which we could have put towards greenhouses, and then eventually we could have expanded and bought a field that had, a crop field on it or something, right? But we could have probably gotten near close to finishing Farm 1 already. Well, maybe not already, but, by Episode 5, which right now, Episode 5, we're going to be doing the same thing we're doing now, which is really less than ideal. It kind of makes me want to restart, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I said it, but we're not going to do that. All right, I promise. We're not going to do that. We're going to get through this one. We're going to figure out a way to get through it, but it might mean having to make some modifications to some of the stuff we got here, right? Just to make sure we can get there. Okay, so that's done. Let's see. How are our greenhouses on water? They're fine on water. They don't need any water right now. They're fine. I All right, there's a bunch of harvesting contracts out there. I really don't want to... I don't necessarily know if I want to do a harvesting contract since we just did a harvest. Sometimes we might have to, I guess, but I really don't necessarily know if I want to. I mean, there's some out there that are really... I mean, that's a huge field right there, but that's a decent amount of money. Is there anything else we can put down to try to make us some money? I don't think there is. I really don't think there is. It's unfortunate. There's just not really a whole lot else I can do here, gang. This is... We might end up having to shift gears completely and sell some stuff here and then just go the greenhouse route like I was saying, right? Just maybe even scrap this field over here. Maybe we harvest it one more time and then kind of scrap it. If we haven't made more progress here, we might have to consider it. I'm afraid we are gonna run out. We're gonna run out of fertilizer before I finish this field. Maybe not. Yeah, it's just this is such a demanding and difficult challenge, and the difficulty is with the hard, you know, not making as much money as you normally would. And then the fact that I kind of didn't really go at the beginning as well as I should have. And I really thought this was the best approach. I really did. But now I'm very, very concerned about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm on team. Let's not restart here, but we may just have to modify our field here. We might take a bit of a loss for a little while and then make a comeback with more greenhouses. But the problem is, if I do that, all right, if I go that approach of just putting, let's say we harvest that field one more time. Let's say we skip some months, harvest that field one more time, and then we just say scrap the field altogether. All right. So we sell the drill, we sell the fertilizer spreader. Well, maybe I keep the fertilizer spreader for contracts. We sell the drill, sell the harvester, even sell the trailer. You might get, what, 2, maybe 3 greenhouses, maybe, if you're lucky. Not enough. Not enough to say the least. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, we've already looked at this before, but I haven't looked at it in a minute. But yeah, greenhouse is $9,000. Now, we could do a rice sapling greenhouse. I don't really know. Can you sell rice saplings, or is that just the transport them into rice fields, right? Instead of buying the pallets of them ready to go, I think that's all that is. I don't think you can actually sell those. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can. Rice saplings, rice box, rice oil, rice saplings. Okay, you can sell them. All right, I lied. That's actually a really good price. I mean, that's a really good price. That's almost unrealistic. Do they... Ooh. You know what? We're going to put one of those down for sure. We're going to give it a shot. I mean, what else do we have to lose here at this point? We've already screwed up enough. What else do we have to lose here? Let's flood our little mini puddle here. Okay. So, you know what? Let's get to the right screen here, Z. There you go, buddy. Do a quick save really quick. I'm going to try this. I don't really want to, you know, try it and then go back and remove it. Like, that's a little cheaty, but just in case something happens and it doesn't work for some reason. I don't think that's cheaty if it doesn't work. I think it's only cheaty if I put it down and I'm like, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I feel like we're getting a little bit complex here with our setup. But really, these are always going to be on auto selling. The only time they're not is whenever we're like, you know, distributing it to, our production when we start getting to that point. But the production we want for this is going to be $30-something thousand, so we're nowhere near that. So I don't think necessarily that this is a terrible place to put it. I don't know. Maybe it is. Nah, let's go in there. It's there now. Whether it's terrible or not, it's there now. I'll tell you what, I'm screwing up all the land around here. It's not flat. Activate, change output mode selling. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to find out. I mean, if they make us that kind of money, then we've been kind of going about this wrong the whole time. We should have been doing rice saplings the entire time. I just think the rice saplings, there's probably not a whole lot that we could... Well, the water, it doesn't hold much water, does it? 2,000. Look at all the water that these hold versus that's 2,000. So you got to fill this up with water a lot. But if it gets us that kind of money, I really don't care. I will fill it up constantly. Right? I mean, what do we have to lose here? I should put down another one, I feel like. I feel like I should just go full guns blazing on this. So, I don't normally do this at all. I just want to see if it makes us a ton of money or not. Let's just kind of speed up time to like 12, 1 o'clock, something like. Look at the bad rendering back there. Look at that. That's terrible. Come on, Giants. Get it together, man. That's terrible. I mean, it's not making us a ton of money. But again, it's not... I mean, they're just now getting started, so... I mean, we're getting $100 every hour. That's better than what we were doing. That's at least going to help us be able to pay for the loan, right? That's the biggest problem we're dealing with right now is the loan every night is taking away damn near $1,000, and then we've got the actual amount for the fees for the land and everything else. I mean, it's over $1,000 every night. That's what's killing us. That's why I'm saying I'm barely keeping us afloat here by doing contracts off camera. All right, well, we'll leave that there. All right, well, we don't have anything else we can do, gang. The only thing I can do is put down another greenhouse here. So probably a bit of a shorter episode, but we're going to leave it there. We'll see how this does between now and the next episode. I'll try not to skip too many months. It might be, well, we'll probably do January because we'll have to do the second application of fertilizer on the field that we just drilled. So yeah, we'll see how this does. We'll see if it makes us, a ton of money or not. The nice thing is that they did help. They helped. They added a little bit more to the statistics, so you can actually kind of figure out a little bit more about stuff. I mean, not to the extent of what I'm looking for, I don't think, but nevertheless, it did give us a little bit. Here you go. This will give you a little bit. So production costs, right? Property maintenance is $100 every night. Loan is $833 every time, so we're basically paying $1,000 every single night. So if we can, I mean, last month we sold 2,000. So if we can sell 2,000 or a little over that, I mean, I'll be pretty happy with it. All right. So anyway, we'll leave it there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I appreciate if you hit the like button. There are more videos in the corners for you to check out if you're interested. And until next time, let's hope and pray this starts working and that we start making a decent amount of money off these rice saplings. And I'll see you in the next one.